Have you ever made a fruit salad and then by the time it was time to eat it, all the fruit was brown? And then you're like, but my mum or someone else made it and their fruit didn't go brown. What is the difference? It was lemon juice. Chefs use lemon juice, and so do individuals that know what is going on. They put lemon juice over the fruit to ensure that it doesn't go brown. And this is exactly what antioxidants do to our body. They ensure that we don't go brown. So why am I talking about this? Because today I'm going to be talking about glutathione, which is the key master antioxidant in our body. I'm going to go through what is glutathione, and then I'm going to talk about how glutathione does and what it does in the immune system, how glutathione helps the immune system, and then I'm going to give you tips on how to include it in your life to ensure that you're getting the most out of the glutathione. Let's get into it. It's Mondays with Mahela. That's right, me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love, love, love and appreciate your support. Thank you so much. For any of you who don't know me, I'm Mahela and I'm a qualified naturopath here on Mondays to provide you with simple, savvy and sustainable health hacks because I'm absolutely passionate about all things health, business and overall success. This is part of the Natural Health Podcast, a segment I do on Mondays. Now let's get into it. Today I'm going to be talking all about glutathione and your immune system. Let's start off with what is glutathione? I mean, you've probably already heard many individuals talk about glutathione or it been mentioned in the news or in some type of blogs that you're following about health that are talking about glutathione, but you're just kind of unsure what it is. You know it's an antioxidant, but what is it? All right, let's get into it. Let's find out what glutathione is. Glutathione is a tripeptide. It's a very small protein composed of 3 amino acids: cysteine, glycine and glutamate acid, also known as glutamate. A glutamatic acid, also known as glutamate, often called the master antioxidant because what it does is it boosts the utilization and recycling of other antioxidants, including vitamin C, vitamin E, as well as alpha lipoic acid and CoQ10. That is why it's known as the master antioxidant. There are 2 different forms of glutathione. All right, getting a bit sciencey here, but you'll get why I'm saying this soon. Okay, 2. One is reduced glutathione, also known as GSH. So if you ever read any research studies, they would usually mention it and call it GSH, right? Or L-glutathione, which is the active form. And then there's the oxidized glutathione, also known as GSSG. This is the inactive form of glutathione. So as the reduced glutathione, the GSH, patrols the cellular environment and puts out oxidative free radicals, fires, it puts them out because in our body there's all these little fires happening, right? All of these oxidative fires, glutathione comes in and puts them out. When it puts them out, it becomes oxidized itself and therefore inactive. Therefore it turns to GSSG. All right, let me get that straight again. So we have reduced glutathione, GSH, which comes and these are all that oxidative stuff, and it comes and puts the fire out. As it does that itself, it becomes oxidized itself and therefore inactive. Okay, so there's 2 types of glutathiones and that's what they do. Okay, effective regulation of the cellular balance between oxidation and antioxidants is important when considering cellular function and DNA integrity, as well as the signaling transit of gene expression. So we all hear all these things about antioxidants. We need to get antioxidants in our body. Antioxidants are the answer. But you can see why, because what's happening is we've got all of this oxidation happening, which is causing harm in our body. So we need these antioxidants to put out the fires, neutralize it, and remove it, right? The reason why does this have to happen? Well, the main reason is because the belief, the pathological state of cancer, Parkinson's disease, and Alzheimer's disease have been shown to be related to the redox state of cells. That's the oxidative state of cells. In an attempt to minimize the onset of oxidative stress, supplementation with various known antioxidants have been suggested, such as glutathione. They are antioxidants which are quite popular, and their ability to minimize oxidative stress are the downstream negative effects through to be associated with oxidative stress. So now, that's saying that glutathione is an antioxidant, has been used for many diseases to assist with it, right? So what happens in our body? So the presence of oxygen is a fundamental component of cellular metabolism. However, any situation which results in a sudden or chronic overconsumption of oxygen can lead to the production of free radicals, which are more appropriately termed reactive oxygen species, ROS. So you would have seen ROS mentioned about a number of diseases, about a number of diseases in our body. So this is what happens when we're given in any situation with a sudden or chronic overconsumption of oxygen. So the thing that's good for us can also be bad for us. It's so interesting, right? So the production of pro-oxidant molecules increase to a point where the antioxidant system cannot effectively remove them when oxidative stress is known to occur. So this is how oxidative stress occurs. When pro-oxidants is high compared to what the antioxidants can do. It's kind of like a seesaw, right? Has to be balanced, but if one becomes more than the other, the antioxidants, there's not enough to balance it up. And this is when oxidative stress occurs. Oxidative stress has been implicated to a number of diseases, which include atherosclerosis, pulmonary fibrosis, cancer, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, and aging, and so many other diseases in our body. It has been suggested that increasing the circulating level of certain antioxidants, in particular glutathione, will help to prevent the accumulation of free radicals inside of our cells, thus reducing oxidative stress. So the whole point here, what it's saying is that we want to reduce oxidative stress. We want it to be balanced again. The ROS and the antioxidants, we want them to be balanced to ensure that our body is working in a homeostasis level, right? And this is where glutathione comes in and helps out. So by decreasing oxidative stress, researchers have suggested that the risk of cancer, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and so forth can be decreased. Glutathione is currently one of the most studied antioxidants out there, and it is likely due to it being endogenously synthesized all throughout the body, and it is basically found in all of our cells. So there's so many studies being done on glutathione. It's such an amazing antioxidant for what it does. I can talk hours just about glutathione and its interaction with so many parts of our body. But I thought I'll keep it a little bit simple, but go a little bit into more detail about what glutathione does, right? So to give you a little bit of an example, I'm going to go through 5 key things that glutathione is responsible for, right? Number 1, it is an antioxidant, which I've been blabbing on about the last 5 minutes, what an amazing antioxidant is. Glutathione is the cell's major antioxidant to protect the cells from damage. It is also critical to the recycling and proper utilization of many other antioxidants, such as vitamin C and vitamin E. Number 2, it has immune system effects, and this is what I'm going to go into more details soon, so bear with me. Glutathione protects immune cells from damage while also exerting some direct antiviral effects. It is also critical in modulating balance within the immune system. It boosts functions when the immune system is underactive, and it brings it back to balance when it is overactive. So it can speed it up or it can slow it down. How smart is that? Number 3, it has mitochondrial effects. Glutathione plays a critical role in the functions of the mitochondria. What is the mitochondria? Mitochondria is the energy warehouse of the body. It creates all the energy. So maybe why you're fatigued or why your cells don't have enough energy is because you may be lacking of glutathione. Number 4, it's critical for cellular function. Glutathione is required to manufacture of many cellular proteins, the synthesis and repair of DNA, the activation and regulation of cellular enzymes involved in overall cell function, and the proper action of vitamin D. Number 5, it is a detox compound. Glutathione is the body's most effective detox agent. Glutathione binds undesirable toxins, pollutants, chemicals, heavy metals, drugs, and so forth, and excretes them through the urine or through the gut. This is amazing. So, like I said, I can talk about glutathione for hours and hours and hours, but I'm going to bring it down and just talk about it mainly in regards to the immune function. And one thing that I wanted you to know is glutathione levels tend to drop as we age, as well as when we're exposed to toxins, drugs, environmental pollutions, and any other compounds that cause oxidative stress. So the more oxidative stress we have, the less glutathione we have in our body, in our cells. Even something as simple as taking a painkiller can cause glutathione levels to plummet. Low levels of glutathione are linked to accelerating aging and all those other diseases in your body that I have spoken about. I want to talk about further also what other diseases in your body can be caused with the glutathione deficiency. But now I'm going to talk to you about the role of glutathione it has in our immune function. This may go a little bit sciencey, but bear with me. I'm going to wrap it all up at the end so it makes sense, so you understand it, and you're also going to learn a lot about your body. So, over the course of 100 years of research, more than 100,000 scientific papers have been established maintaining cellular glutathione levels as one of the most important keys in maintaining proper cellular function, immune health, and slowing the aging process. That's 100,000 scientific research papers that have somehow linked to the result of this, that it can help with immune function, okay? So glutathione is required by the immune system for two important reasons. One, it protects the host cells through its antioxidant mechanism. Two, it provides optimal function of lymphocytes and other cells of the immune system. What the research is quite clear on is that the higher cellular levels of glutathione are associated with a person having the proper response in regards to a viral infection. So if your cells are filled with glutathione, your response to a viral infection is going to be a lot better than if it wasn't. The effect is due to glutathione protecting immune cells from damage, as well as enhancing immune functions that is critical to protecting against viruses. Glutathione has been shown direct effect in blocking the replication of various viruses at different stages of the life cycle. So as we know, check out my video about viruses, so interesting, but as we know, viruses like to duplicate themselves and that's how they spread, right? But glutathione comes and stops this replication. That's amazing. At various different stages of the virus's life, it comes and stops the replication. These antiviral properties of glutathione are thought to help prevent increased viral load and subsequently massive release of inflammatory cells into the lungs seen at cerebral level illnesses. Amazing. So the more glutathione you have in your cells, the more likely you are to respond a lot better to a viral infection. So when your levels of glutathione are low and you're deficient in glutathione, it makes you vulnerable to oxidative stress. What is oxidative stress? Remember, we spoke about what oxidative stress is. It is when your body is producing too much oxygen and you don't have the antioxidants in your body to level it up, right? And it is the cause for a lot of diseases in your body. So when you're low in glutathione, you're more likely to get oxidative stress and inflammation, both which are huge markers for many chronic illnesses in our body. If you have too little glutathione, you cannot fight off damage to your cells' mitochondria. As a result, you start to feel tired because the mitochondria are less effective when they are oxidized or rusted or brown. Remember at the start, I spoke about fruit going brown. This is what oxidation is. We're going brown. We're going brown in the inside. The free radicals damage caused by oxidation then triggers your immune system to clean up the damage, which causes inflammation to skyrocket and go through the roof. And inflammation is associated in so many diseases in our body. As such, it is no surprise that depleted levels of glutathione can increase your risk for a number of adverse health conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, and so forth. But I actually found the research study, right? Research has found that many chronic diseases are associated with a reduction of glutathione levels, leading to the hypothesis that increasing glutathione levels can prevent or migrate the progression of diseases. Now, I'm going to name a few of the diseases and issues associated with glutathione dysregulation or deficiency, okay, when you don't have enough glutathione in your body or there's a dysregulation there. All right, I'm going to name a few, and I bet you have heard about these before. Are you ready for it? Aging and related disorders, Alzheimer's disease, cancer, chronic liver disease, cognitive impairment, cystic fibrosis, diabetes, HIV and AIDS, hypertension, infertility in both men and females, lupus, mental health disorders, multiple sclerosis, neurodegenerative disorders, Parkinson's disease. And these have been found in studies to all be linked to a deficiency in glutathione, dysregulation in glutathione. So to go a little bit deeper in regards to the immune system, research shows that active glutathione primes white blood cells such as natural killer cells and T cells, which are your body's frontline infection fighters. Glutathione enhances T cells, which are able to produce more infection fighting substances such as IL-2, IL-12 and interferon gamma, working to control both the bacteria and viral infection in its way. Okay, one study in particular found that glutathione doubled natural killer cells' ability to be cytotoxic, which means killing the invaders. It doubled the opportunity to kill the invaders, those pathogens that are coming in, after just 6 months of use. All right. It also appeared that glutathione actually has a direct antibacterial effect, actually, as it helps macrophages, which is a cell in the immune system, fight the bacteria that causes tuberculosis, which is a huge issue, and a lot of people have been affected by tuberculosis. To put in a blind down, I was really bright, which have been affected by tuberculosis, unfortunately. So in this study, researchers found that glutathione works to modulate the behavior of many cells, including the cells of the immune system, augmenting the innate and adaptive immunity, as well as conferring protective against microbial, viral, and parasite infection. Mihaela, what does all that mean? What this means is that glutathione is amazing. It is such a powerful, powerful, powerful tool to have. This study showed to us that after 6 months of using glutathione, they doubled natural killer cells' ability to kill invaders. So a lot of people have their immune system which is down due to, for whatever reason, and taking it just increased it to make sure it's kind of like the security guard that I keep talking about. So it's able to see who's good, who's bad, who's allowed to come in the body and who's not. Absolutely amazing, right? So there are many, many chronic infections such as EBV, hepatitis, the herpes virus, and Lyme, to name a few, which can deregulate or suppress the immune system, and glutathione can turn this suppression around. That is the whole point of glutathione. It is absolutely amazing within the immune system. It's absolutely amazing. There's so many other systems that it helps, but here I am just talking to you about the immune system and how it can help. Okay. Now that you're like, oh my gosh, I love glutathione, I want to get more glutathione into my body, how do I do that? Okay. So how to include glutathione in your life. First of all, talk to your healthcare professional to ensure that this is something that is going to be beneficial for you. So diet can help raise glutathione levels only to a limited extent, because the human body, mainly the liver, makes about 8,000 to 10,000 milligrams of glutathione daily. To put this amount into perspective, a healthy diet with fresh fruits and vegetables may provide you about 150 mgs of glutathione per day. So a liver is very important to make that. So Glutathione in a diet can be hydrolyzed by GGT in the gastrointestinal tract and has been ineffective cellular transport, hence its bioavailability is very low. So this is saying if you are getting it from your diet, the bioavailability is low, right? So you might be taking so much in, but only so much will be able to get used. So there are about a handful of foods that are naturally contain glutathione, and these include, are you ready? Asparagus, avocado, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, spinach, broccoli, garlic, chives, tomatoes, cucumber, almonds, and walnuts. However, a variety of factors can affect the levels of the nutrients, right? Such as how you're storing them, how you're cooking them, and so forth. Okay, so fortunately, I look at what makes up glutathione. Remember, it was a tripeptide, which means it's made up from 3 different things, right? So fortunately, we're able to feed those building, right? So such as cysteine and other sulfur-containing foods, okay? So sulfur-containing is garlic, leek, onion, shallots. Cruciferous vegetables are broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, and kale. Alpha lipoic acid foods are broccoli, spinach, Brussels sprouts, tomatoes. See how they keep repeating themselves? Selenium is also going to be helpful, which is found in Brazilian nuts, eggs, mushrooms, whole grains, and oysters. However, the most common approach to boosting your glutathione levels is involved in taking N-acetylcysteine. There we go. It's called NAC, NAC, right? It's a form of amino acid cysteine, which makes up glutathione, right? The key amino acid of glutathione is cysteine. So of glutathione, you'll take the things that it's made out of to assist making a bit more of it. Taking NAC as a daily supplement to boost tissue levels of glutathione can boost glutathione levels, in especially helpful protecting if there's a lung condition or respiratory tract condition, right? So there you have it. So you can eat those foods to boost your glutathione. You can use the building blocks to boost your glutathione levels, or you can supplement with liposomal glutathione. But before you do any of that, talk to your healthcare professional to see if this is something that's required in your diet, if this is something that's required in your lifestyle, and if it is going to benefit you. I'm here to provide you with them information, and I hope I did today. Thank you so much for listening. There we have it. Come to the end of the episode. Spoken to you about what is glutathione, how it can help your immune system, and then how you can include it in your everyday life. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear about glutathione, the antioxidant master in our body. And do what you do best. Love, like, share, rate, review the Natural Health Podcast. Until next Monday. Love you.